Hi there, and welcome to the Rangers News YouTube channel. It's Jordan Carlisle here alongside Cammy Willis. And what we're going to discuss is Alfredo Morelos, who has now scored, he's 22 league goals this
22
season.
goals, yep.
And there's obviously, as there always is, when he's been banging them in, there's a lot of transfer speculation around him, but two of the big names, or two of the most prominent names being linked to him, are Crystal Palace and West Ham. Aston Villa as well.
Aston Villa. At West Ham were linked last year before they signed Sebastian Haller.
Yeah.
And
sorry, yes. Well, in terms of Aston Villa, their manager has come out and said.
I says that he's seen them scoring and
that we
for
might
another
need a
team.
new striker. So all that's blown things up.
Basically saying that he's interested, yeah, more or less.
But we're just gonna ask then? Really, are those teams in that sort of mid to lower level Premier League? Are they good enough for this guy now?
Nah, no. If you ask me, I think Morelos is best suited where he is for at least this season. I think that his old coach from Colombia said that. I mean, he's got 22 goals already. If he stays at Rangers, then he's going to end up with 40 plus. You can't really see anything past it. He's so robust. He doesn't seem to get injured. He can play every game. But he looks on fine form. But them two, I think Morelos is. I mean, it's difficult because you don't want to be too indulgent and say Morelos could potentially go to like a Man City, Liverpool, etc. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's just so ambitious when you look at the standard of player that they've got there. But Morelos is one of the best strikers in Europe at the minute. He's one of the most on-form strikers, and the reason why I think that you can say that is because not just because he's scoring goals in the Premiership, but because he's scoring goals in the Europa League. And I mean, the guy looks lethal at the minute. I think he's beyond that level, and I think that if he was to join them in January, which Steven Gerrard says might be taken out of his hands, I mean you're talking 25 million plus. If it's in January, I think Rangers will be touching between 25 million and 30 million for Alfredo Morelos. I do think that he'll break the Scottish record when he goes. I hope that he doesn't. You know what I mean? I absolutely love him to bits, but. Them two, I mean, if he leaves here and he goes for what I think Aston Villa are 16th place or maybe even 17th place, one position off the relegation zone in England at the time of recording. So, and he goes there and they get relegated. Do you know what I mean?
What happens from there? I think for me a big thing as well is that Rangers like getting out of even if you take all transfer fees and all that off the table, if Rangers get out of their Europa League group and are then playing knockout football after that, you're actively going to give that up, potentially a glamour tie and knockout European football to leave and go to a club and just play league football for them. So that sort of thing I think would actively take the card away from him. The guy is absolutely adored by the fan base.
I think that's one of the things that makes him perform as well, though. Like the adulation that he gets. I think Morelos kind of lives for it. Like, and it's part of the reason why he's managed to take his game to the level that he has because of the adulation of the fans, because of the singing, because of the atmosphere, the Ibrox atmosphere in the club, that is not going to be matched in England, particularly at an Aston Villa. I mean, I think Sellers Park and Crystal Palace are notoriously quite
Aston Villa, what is 50-odd thousand? Crystal Palace a lot smaller than that, but yeah, a bit more of an atmosphere. But I think it's just it's tough to know because we're not going to get Morelos interviews. What we do get are wee snippets of 3 words that he said to like Colombian radio, dodgily translated. So we don't really know what he's thinking. But part of me likes to think that he wouldn't want to leave Rangers without winning anything.
Yeah,
and that I think the time will come in the summer that if he keeps scoring, the club are also going to want to cash in on him. But I think surely before then he's going to want to push on.
But even if we keep Morelos to the end of the season, right, and say we win the league. And then we've got a pop at the Champions League, It's like, I know, and you're like that, and then you're sitting going, well, you can make £30 million qualifying for this competition, or you can make £30 million right now selling Morelos. But I mean, this is completely hypothetical, obviously, right? But I mean, it poses yet another question to the board, which they can risk. Then they can make the 30 million for the Champions League and also have that asset. Obviously, we need to win the league, but I mean, they're good problems to have for Rangers. And the notion that he's going to go for any less than that is total rubbish. He's worth it. And if you think about it, Ollie McBurney went for £20 million. Aston Villa, one of the teams chasing him, signed Wesley Moraes, who by the way looks like a decent player, but for £22 million. And that's from Club Brugge, which you're given the circumstances, are maybe in a similar situation to what Rangers were. Yeah. So if Rangers cannot command that from Morelos, then we're on to plums.
And I think anyone who watched the game on Thursday against Porto, that just showed, I think for me, just how good he is. That he roamed about, he made a nuisance of himself. You know, he put himself
shouting
about
at the rest of the team as well. You know,
but he didn't really have a chance, and then a chance falls to him, the edge of the box, one touch, open it up, bang, and there we go. And
what a goal! What a goal as well, man. So I watched it about 40 times.
Quality stuff. So he's staying. He's not going to Palace. He's not going to Villa. He's staying.
Hopefully, man. Just, I mean, if they offer £30 million, the Rangers board have got a serious dilemma. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it is what it is. But Gerrard doesn't want me to go. And the thing is, you can delay it for 5 months. We'll get it at the end of the season, surely. Surely. He's not going to have like a dramatic follow-up.
No. He's only going to get better.
And hopefully he scores for Colombia in the next fortnight, and then his stock will increase further.